We actually identify some financial problems and needs that schools have. What is your advice on the good or the effective financial management for school?
Okay, for schools generally, because schools deal with quite a lot, particularly big schools. They deal with a lot of pupils, a lot of things. I mean, so different activities here and there. And like I said earlier, it's important to look at each of these activities as a cost center. Now, when you look at it from that perspective, it's easier to manage whatever is coming in, and then you will know whether it is sustainable or not. That is one. Then the other thing is, for a school, there must be other sources of income. Many times people think school is so profitable, but I always like to, somebody say, they pay, the tuition is so much and all of that. I say, just try and see how much has to go into running a school. The expenses, the day-to-day running of the school, you know that a lot of money goes into running a school. And because of that, it also portends a lot of, opportunities for people to siphon the money into other things. And, so the next thing to do after ensuring that the accounting procedure, the cost center are properly, itemized, the next thing to do is to ensure that whoever is in charge, particularly as the accountant, is a reliable person. If he's not compromising, it will be difficult for anybody, to then the need to save. Because a lot of organizations go down because they don't save. Now, saving is very key and very important because for the future, you don't know what will happen. You don't know what might happen. And there's the need to. So this idea of, putting everything that comes into the school, every fund that comes into the school and putting it back into the school, it's a good idea, but it's not the best. So there must always be a reserve, and that is the saving for the school. And the school can actually put it in an investment that can be generating some income for the school. I mean, over time, if you have, say, 10 million put aside, what the 10 million will be generating, even as little as fixed deposit, could actually be, funding something in the school. And exactly, it could be funding something, and then the money will still be intact because it's the interest that is. So we need to begin to think, like they say, outside of the box. We should not just confine ourselves into, and this is the only place where money can come from in a school. So if we begin to have more streams of income, it makes the school more viable. And that will start with ensuring that you save. Okay? If the school season is very close now, a lot of money will come. And people is like a honeymoon. But after a while, that will stop because the flow will reduce and all of that. So while it is there, like they will say, if you are earning 500,000 a year, and then they increase your salary to 750, please leave on 500 for the next 1 year and save the extra 250. The same thing goes for schools. Okay? When you increase fees, please try and put aside that aspect that you the increase. Put it aside for a while. Of course, there will be other things you will need to do, but put it aside for a while, and you will see that you can have some chunk of money that you can put in an investment that can begin to generate other. Yes.
Wow. Sir, this though it is good to have a good building, good learning environment, but there's high rate of funds in school, high rate of spending in school. Does it correlate with outcome of students' achievement?
Well, yes and no, I will say. Yes, if the money spent is on achieving the outcome, better learners' outcome. If money spent is on books, like having a library, up-to-date library, having ICT equipment, having good teachers, being able to pay, good teachers. If it's on that, obviously, it will impact positively on the learning outcome. But the craze now is for beautiful buildings. And I will just digress a bit. We're working from my school. I left the school about 38 years ago, my secondary school. And we're trying to do some work there. Now, the first thing, when you talk about school or you talk about education, my own concern is about the learner. Now we have contributed money, we have renovated some buildings for teachers and all of that. But lo and behold, we found out that more than 80% of the students in that school don't have mathematics and English textbooks. And I can tell you as I speak, it is a Herculean task to get people to buy into that aspect of the education. They believe that we have contributed money to make the school look good. We want to restore the glory of the school. And that's the concern of everybody. Glory of the school meaning not the educational achievements of the student or the learner, meaning the structure. Exactly. And that is a big challenge because it's a misplaced priority. Because schooling is supposed to improve the learner's outcome. So if it's not doing that, all that money is a waste. So you can see here we have spent money to beautify the school, but the students don't have textbooks. So that's a challenge. So that's why I said it is, if all the money we have spent, we have used half of it to buy textbooks for all the students, we can be rest assured that they will be able to read at home. They'll be able to do some of them are curious. They want to know more. They want to even be ahead of the teacher so that when they come, they will be, and all of that, they are ready. But they don't have textbooks. So it's very important. Money can help in education if it is channeled to those specific needs of the learner. You can talk of learning tools, maybe just having a map of Nigeria in a class can say a lot for geography, because when you see it every day, you know where River Niger is. When you are those are tools that can help. Conducive learning environment is very important, but it is not top priority. It's not top priority. Top priority is learning tools, having all that is required. A school that does not have an up-to-date laboratory, having gigantic classrooms and having ACs in all the rooms. I don't know what they are after. Okay, so it can actually help. Those buildings are nice, conducive learning environment, but the tools for learning are more important. And the people that pass on the knowledge, like the teachers, also require training instead of spending so much money on the building. Because at the end of the day, these children will leave the school. What do they leave the school with? It's not the picture of the nice building. It's not even the fact that they use AC in their classrooms. They leave with the knowledge that they got from the school. So every money spent on school should be geared towards learners, improving learners' outcome.
Thank you, sir. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back to Top 30 Education with Vicky Lawa. We're still here with Reverend Laja Shoniran. He is a financial expert and he has made us to understand that there is need to save, there is need for reinvestment, there is need to be careful of leakages that are affecting schools. Now, looking at spending in education in Nigeria generally now, what can we say is the effect of inadequate funding of education in Nigeria?
The effect is everywhere. 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 The effect is there in our values. It's there in the quality of human beings that make up Nigeria. The effect is there in all aspects, in skills acquisition. You can't get good bricklayers who are Nigerians now. And all of it stems from inadequate funding of education. Because it all started, let's manage it. And the moment you start, let's managing it, showing children, don't worry, let's manage it, they imbibe the culture of let's manage it. So when the time comes for them to, they acquire a skill, let's manage it. This thing is not okay. It's okay, it's manageable. And then the next generation the quality goes down. So it affects every aspect, even the quality of graduates we have. I'm also into human resources. That's actually my core, apart from this NGO that I run. I do a lot of training, I do recruitment and all of that. And it's amazing sometimes. Our graduates, you will see by removing the second class lower and all of that, you are looking for first class and then second class upper. But you'll be amazed that even the second class upper cannot put a straight sentence together. It's amazing. And they have passed through the university. Yes. So it's affecting every aspect. And that's why sometimes I'm not holding brief for, the ASU and all of that, because they too, they are part of the problem. Because, but when they say they need a minimum level of funding, it is very necessary. It is very necessary that they have that. But again, we must start from the foundation, because when the foundation is destroyed, it's difficult to do anything. So the foundation, this suburb and all of that, how well are they being funded? Because it is in the hand of on the local government. So there should be some way of funding education, knowing that whatever you put in at that very early stage determines the overall outcome eventually. A child that is not that is not taught to be inquisitive will not get to the university and be inquisitive. But a child that is taught to be inquisitive right from the beginning will become more inquisitive, even if the teachers are not teaching what they are supposed to. He will search out. And one other thing that it has affected is our ability, even as a people. It's only in Nigeria. Recently, I was having a discussion with somebody, and said somebody called him. He's a big man, and he said one of his friends called him and said, I've been looking for the address of this organization, for a long time. But I know that if I called you, you will know where it is. He said he was really taken aback that, why asking me? But of course, he just said, okay, the name of the organization. He just punched it on Google and searched it out, and then he sent it. It just told him that the organization is in this part of US and all of that. I said, I know that you will know, because I know that you will know, And he's taken aback because we have become a people that have information all around us but cannot see the information, that cannot get to the information. Somebody has his phone is
Right in his hand.
and then he cannot Google
Exactly. The address as a level.
Exactly, that we have, plummeted to in our education because majorly lack of funding, adequate funding, and mismanagement of funding for educational institutions.